Welcome to the newest adventure of Kousins Korner. Unfortunately, Nia couldn't be here today, so I have a special guest, my brother Jalen from New York.
We're at Sawgrass Recreational Park. We're about to put our earplugs in and go see some gators.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? That's all the Spanish I know. I'm sorry, guys. Now, my name is Captain Disco. I'm going to get everybody today for the next 30 minutes on the water for your Everglades tour. Now, while we're out here, guys, I will do my very best and try and get everyone some gators in the wild. But the key word in that statement was try. They are wild animals. We have no control over them, but I will do my very best for you folks. Now, really quickly, guys, just a few rules. Number one are your loose items, mostly hats. If you really like them, make sure you're holding on to them, okay? Number two, though, those hands and arms, and please keep them inside of the boat. I gotta say these rules for a reason. My last rule, though, guys, when I got the engines on, just please stay seated. Trust me, I am going to shut them off while we're out there. And when I do, y'all can get up and move around the boat, all you like. Lastly are the life jackets. Right up here to the front of my boat, just underneath the deck. Sound good? Y'all ready to get moving? The gator's still doing it. You guys take a good look. Can anybody see what that gator's doing? Nothing. Nothing. What's that gator been doing this whole time? Not much, right? Just sitting there in the water. During the daytime, guys, that's it. This is really pretty much all a gator wants to do.
Turtle following?
Nothing. Now, the turtle could be following him, but they're probably following us. If you guys do ever come out here, you can feed anything you want except the gator. So a lot of the other captains out here during their tour, they'll feed the turtles, some of them will feed the birds. Why not? That's what the turtle knows when he sees the boat stop and, hey, I might get fed. So if you look around, you'll see about 4 or 5 of those little heads all coming towards the boat. You get to find one, well, first count yourselves lucky if you get this close. Because remember that first gator we saw? Usually before you get too close, they're going to run away. But if you do get to find one, guys, don't be surprised if this is all that gator wants to do for you. To just lay there and do nothing. But some people still want to get a really good picture or some good video. So they want that gator they found to start doing something, anything. What do those people start doing?
Throwing something.
Yeah, they're gonna start throwing things at the gator. They'll start splashing in the water towards the gator. They'll try to find a really big stick so they can poke the gator. Now sometimes on our tours, we have the gators do nothing, but they'll do it right up along next to the boat. And we've also had people on our tours reach in the water and try and grab the gators out here too. I don't know why, but they try. Stuff I really love to show my passengers. This is mostly because I'm sure everybody has some of these back home. I don't even know where y'all live. But I'm going to be willing to bet you guys all have cattails somewhere around in your area. Because you can find cattails all over the world. They're going to get very useful out here. I'm going to walk right down the middle of the boat here. I don't want to step on anybody. Watch your arms and hands here. I'll walk right past you. Now the cattails, guys, they will get useful out here because, well, you don't have a lot to worry about from the wildlife. Those alligators out here, the snakes, the spiders, they want to stay away from people. But out here, infection starts to get a little more dangerous. You guys see this white part I keep getting to? This is going to be the heart of the cattail. Inside of this heart will be a very small amount of aloe vera. The trick is getting to it. And what you guys want to do, like you've seen me doing, you're going to start by cutting them right down their center. There we go. You basically just want to expose that heart. Once you guys get past that step, scrape out that heart. What you're left with here is what we like to call an Everglades Band-Aid.
Oh, that way.
This is where the aloe is. So now as the Seminoles that used to live out here, when they started moving around, they'd have to get through that sawgrass everybody hears about. And when that happens, they can scrape out one of them and wrap them around their cuts. Now the cuts can stay clean, free from infection, while they all still run around out here. But try to remember something too, though. You guys want to keep in mind, living out here can get rough. And if you really do want to try and survive out here like those Seminoles did, well, you just want to start to become very resourceful. This little Band-Aid trick, now that wasn't the only trick the Seminoles would come up with for this stuff. What they would have done is gathered a ton of these hearts. But they could start weaving it all together and put a braid into this. And they would turn it into a very simple rope. Right now, for example, I'm going to turn them into some free souvenirs. You'll get to keep some. Now the ropes, though, that they were making with this stuff, this is what they would use and hold the roofs of those tiki huts together. Now they could use different styles and even turn it into clothing. Now if they were really good, I've been told they could turn it into a very simple bag or backpack type deal, but only using cattail hearts. Anybody got any questions about our Everglades system? Nothing? It's an easy boat.
Yeah.
fallen in yet. There we go. Watch your arms here.
Does that mean you're going to bust a move? Thank you.
I got in trouble last time I did that.
When you're walking across here, going to the athletic there.
Told me to keep the PG on the front. Get them soft forever.
Going right for her nest. Make sure she protects them. Now, out in the wild, that's a mother whose eggs would be protected. They would hatch. We'd have lots of nice little baby alligators. On average, they lay about 35 eggs per nest, about once a year. It can be anywhere from 20 to 60 eggs. So you're thinking, all right, well, 60 eggs, that's a lot of babies. And it is. But that's an insurance policy. In the first year of the baby's life, 90% of them are going to be killed or eaten. 1 in 10 may make it to see their first birthday. So if you don't lay a lot of eggs, numbers say that none of your babies are going to get to adulthood, much less, they're not going to get to a year, much less of adulthood. So you have to lay a lot of eggs. That's an insurance policy. You don't, your genes are not going to get passed on to the next year. All right, so we're going to see if Hannibal's willing to interact with us at all today. Being that big, he's a lot more powerful than she is, but he's not nearly as quick. And he's a little bit lazy. So I doubt very much he's going to want to do much of anything just himself. Getting up out of the pond a little while ago, that took a lot of energy, so he's probably kind of pooped right now. So we're going to see if we get anyone to react to Hannibal.
Thank you.
Now, he gapes his mouth open, he hisses at me, showing his teeth. That's all a warning. That was a threat. If this guy wanted to eat me, if he was interested in doing that, he would just jump up and eat me. You don't threaten your food first and give it a chance to run away. You just go and you eat it. That was a warning. He wanted me to stay away. All right? There's no point in going after me. He doesn't see me as food. Out in the wild, they don't see you as food. You're just too big. Are they capable of taking you? Yeah, they are. But most of the time, most alligators in most circumstances, they choose not to because you're just kind of a hassle. You're more trouble than you're worth. They don't know whether or not you are a threat to them. Usually you're not. They don't know that. Most of the time they don't want to find out. So he was giving me ample opportunity. I got uncomfortably close to him and he was sending a message that I needed to stay away. But he was happy with that. As close as I am to him, or I was to him right in front of him, if he wanted to, again, lunge out, I had very little chance of getting out of the way in time, touching his nose. Again, one pop, and I'd have been in trouble, but he chooses not to. All right, if he goes after me, and I am the threat that he's worried about, that could be the last thing he ever does. So he's not going to risk it. She's not going to risk it unless she's got babies to defend, which is what you just saw. All right, these are not man-eating animals. In the state of Florida, we have 20 million humans living alongside almost 2 million alligators. There are 2 million alligators in this state. And each year, we only have about 5 attacks per year. 5 in the entire state. That number alone should tell you they are not purposely targeting humans. If they were, you'd hear about it a lot more than 5 times a year. Just not the case. In the state of Florida, you're more likely to get killed by a falling coconut. I'm not making that up. That is an actual statistic. Somewhat unrelated, but that should just show you. Getting attacked by an alligator, that's something more akin to a freak accident than it is some regular occurrence. These are just not man-eating animals.